There are people who are determined to make you lose your pin.
The winner is...
Work as a non-qualified nursing staff. Why? UK has actually become Zimbabwe light. They have not been banned from coming to UK, but today I am going to be answering your frequently asked questions. There has been a rumor going around that nurses can now come to UK and work as healthcare assistants, and I've been having many people asking me, Popo, I've been failing my Ielts, I've failed several times. Is it a wise idea for me to come as a healthcare assistant to UK? We have people from countries like Malawi, Lesotho, Mozambique, Nigeria, Ghana, to mention a few countries, who have been inboxing me, telling me that their dreams have been shattered because their countries have been banned from coming to UK. Yet, that is not the case. We also have people who are coming over the side asking, should I work in the NHS? Should I work in the CAREHOMES? What are the pros and cons of working in the NHS? And when I come to UK, which is the best place to go? Should I go to England? Should I go to Scotland? Should I go to Northern Ireland? Or should I go to Wales? Today, I'm going to be answering all of those questions, and I'm also going to be clearing the myths and misconceptions that are going around. So, let's get into it.
Alright, they're asking for the queen. I'm a bad bitch, she's a savage. Look back while I twerk. No comparison. I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, gadget, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah. Acting stupid, what's happening, bitch? What's happening, bitch?
I've been writing Ielts or ET many times, and I've been failing. I've written 4 times, 5 times, and I've failed all the times. Now I want to come to UK as a healthcare assistant. First of all, what is a healthcare assistant? A healthcare assistant is a non-qualified nursing member of staff in UK who assist with patient care and practice-related duties under the supervision of a qualified staff, for example, a nurse and a doctor. So, if you want to come to UK, when you are a nurse and you want to come to UK as a healthcare assistant, are you a non-qualified staff? What about the 3 years, 4 years that you spent going to school, studying nursing? You know, nursing is very difficult. You spend 3 years, 4 years studying so hard, going through assessments and all that, and you want to come to UK to work as a non-qualified nursing staff. Why? Let's talk about the duties of a nursing care assistant. Duties of a care assistant, they involve assisting with activities of daily living by looking at things like toileting, cleaning, assisting with mobility, and like I mentioned in my other video, at times you're expected to do meals for the patients, clean after them, wash the dishes, do the laundry and things like that. Is that what you spend 3 years, 4 years training for, so that you come to UK and be toileting patients and doing dishes and doing laundry, when you spend 4 years working so hard to be a nurse? I know people tend to say, no, I'll come to UK, I'll work for 3-4 months, then if I get the funds, I'll do my Ielts and pass. If you have been failing Ielts in Ghana or Nigeria or Zimbabwe or South Africa, what guarantee do you have that you're going to pass it in UK? More so, when it comes to UK here, the speaking test, the accent. You know, there are so many accents here, and most of the accents are very difficult to understand when you're initially coming here. So, I know people who have spent 5 years here trying to write Ielts, and they're still working as care assistants. So, it is not a wise idea to think that if you come here, you're going to pass Ielts. The average take home of a healthcare assistant is £1,200 to £1,300 per month. And that money is not enough to cater for your needs. It's not enough to pay for your rent, pay your bills, and take care of your family, which is back home. And if you compare that amount of money to what a nurse who is a band 5 will be getting, maybe if a nurse is working in a care home, you'll be getting 1,200, and if a nurse works the same number of hours that you work, they get something around 2,300, and you have a difference of 1,100 pounds. 1,100 pounds is a lot of money. Calculate 1,100 by 12 months. It means a nurse will be getting at least 13,200 more than you per given year. Imagine if you work 5 years. What is 13,200 by 5 years? If you're going to be working as a carer for 5 years, because I know nurses who have worked as carers for 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, and I know nurses who have remained carers for us. They were not able to pass their Ielts. So it is not a wise idea for you to come as a carer this side. If you have been failing your Ielts, you need to change your approach to the way you are answering your questions in Ielts. You need to practice some more, and you need to maybe change the sources that you've been using for Ielts. Try to use people like Ielts with Liz, Ielts with Dori, and Ielts with Adam on YouTube. Those people are very good. They will assist you to pass your Ielts. I, for one, they assisted me to pass my Ielts. Sometimes you would want to give up when you are very close. Do not give up. Do not lose hope. Give it one more try. Give it a push. Practice more. Practice some more, and give yourself time to prepare and come here as a nurse, because you are a nurse. You are not a healthcare assistant. Let's talk of this thing that nurses from countries like Mozambique, Nigeria, Lesotho, Ghana have been banned from coming to UK. The thing is, whatever rule has been put in by WHO that the recruitment agencies should stop recruiting nurses from that country does not affect nurses in any way. It's not true that the nurses have been banned, because nurses from Nigeria are still coming in, nurses from Ghana are still coming in, nurses from Lesotho, Mozambique, Malawi are still coming into UK. The rule does not affect any nurse at all. It only affects the recruitment agencies, because the problem is recruitment agencies have been debilitating the healthcare systems of those countries by doing massive recruitment. I can give you an example. There was an outcry. This is the article.
This article states that more than 140 healthcare workers have resigned from Bulawayo Central Hospitals, a development which has compromised the service delivery. Most of these healthcare workers are said to be trekking to the UK. So the purpose of the World Health Organization is to promote health, keep the world safe, and save the vulnerable. Their main goal is to ensure universal health coverage. So if you look at a situation like this one, where 140 healthcare workers leave a hospital, it means that the hospital is left crippled. And this is what the recruitment agencies have been doing in all these countries where they've been banned to recruit from. There's been a big exodus of people from African countries to come and serve the United Kingdom, and the WHO is justified to bring a stop to that, because people in Africa also need health coverage as well. Because if everyone leaves, who is going to be taking care of people who are left in Africa? So it's better if you lose 1 nurse, 2 nurses at a time, than to lose 140 nurses at a go. I'm sure you have noted that with some recruitment agencies, they can have up to 30 nurses from one country coming into UK within 1 month. Every day you'll be seeing, we welcome these ones from the Philippines. At the end of the month, they would have recruited 100 people from one area, crippling the healthcare system of that particular area. So that's why WHO had to intervene.
You see, one hospital in Zimbabwe lost a huge number of nurses and doctors in a short space of time. I'm sure with time Zimbabwe is going to make up the list of the countries where recruitment agencies are banned from recruiting from Zimbabwe. Because we have so many Zimbabweans in UK has actually become Zimbabwe light. Every corner you see a Zimbabwean. People in those countries have not been banned from coming to UK, but things have become a little tricky for them. It's now time for DIY, do it yourself, which means now if you want to come to UK, instead of like previously where you'd use an agent, you're going to be applying for yourself. There is this gentleman, Mr. Obieze. He's Nigerian. I haven't met him in person, but he has been doing a marvelous job in assisting nurses who are affected by the new rule to get here to UK. He actually has a Telegram group, and he also has a YouTube channel. In his Telegram group, I've referred people to his Telegram group, and they have joined, and they've come back to say, thank you, Pauline, for making me join that group. I've actually got a job in UK. I'm coming, or I have arrived in UK. So in this group, what they do is they teach you how to write an acceptable CV for you to make an application here in nursing. They teach you how to apply. They also teach you how to write a supporting statement. A supporting statement is the most important thing when you're coming here to UK or when you're searching for a job, because a supporting statement is the evidence that the recruiter uses to shortlist you for a job that you're applying for. It gives you a chance to write about your skills, experience, and how you think you are suited for the job. That one is very, very important when you're applying for a job, and they assist you to write the supporting statement. And most importantly, what they do in this group is they post jobs every day, because people are saying, where do I get jobs? I don't know where to search for jobs, where to apply for jobs and stuff like that. But in this group, they post jobs every day. Mr. Obieze makes an effort to look for jobs all around UK, and they post in the group. People are using that group to apply for jobs and come to UK. I've also done a video on how you can prepare for interviews, so that you have a rough idea on what is expected when you're going for interviews. So I don't know this gentleman, but I really appreciate people who take their time out to help other people. So thank you very much, Mr. Obieze, for the wonderful job that you've been doing to assist nurses who are now facing the challenge of having to apply for themselves to come this side, making it very easier for them to secure jobs here in UK. I'll also add a link to where you can search for jobs if you want to come here to UK. We've got places like Indeed.com, TotallyJobs.com, and Neuvoo.com. They advertise for jobs every day. So if you do yourself a favor and join that group, you will be coming to UK sooner or later, even without the agent. But one thing that I need to advise you is that patience is key. I've spoken to people who've been complaining that I've sent in my application 20 times. I haven't got any job interviews. You have to be patient because the competition is stiff. You can have one job offer and 100 job applications. So the chances of you being picked out of the 100 become very slim, because one person will be picked and 99 will not be picked. There's an individual I know who was invited for the interview on her 97th application. Yes, the wait is painful, but it's worth it in the end. Do not give up. Keep on throwing in application after application after application after application until you get what you want. I always say hard work and determination is what gets a man what he wants. So if you are determined and you don't give up on your dreams, you will get the dream job that you want. So now, NHS or CAREHOMES. The most common question which people ask is, where do I go to work? Do I go to NHS or do I go to CAREHOMES? So what I'm going to do is, I'll talk of NHS and CAREHOMES simultaneously, or compare them simultaneously. And then It will help you to make an informed decision when you're choosing whether to go to NHS or to go to care homes. The information that I give you is based on what I've experienced and what the information that I've gathered from different people. We're going to start by talking about the support system. The support system in NHS is better than the support system in the care homes. When you go to NHS, you are given a clinical mentor who is going to take you through the steps of everything which they do in the NHS. In care homes, in some care homes, I've heard people who complain that they're only inducted for 2 days and then they are thrown into the deep end. They don't get that support to say, okay, let me give you 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months of support. Whereas in the NHS, if you are not yet confident with the new skills, if you're not yet confident in a certain area, they give you that chance to say, no, I'm not yet ready. Please, I need some more training. And then NHS, they take you for various trainings. You go for different trainings. You do not do any procedure without doing training. Whether it's a procedure that you have done back home, like venipuncture, catheterization, and things like that, you have to go for training first so that you are accustomed to the ways things are done here in UK. But the difference with care homes, in some care homes, you hear people say, oh, you have done catheterization before, so a urethra is a urethra, you can still do catheterization here. Yet, when it comes to knowledge, you need to constantly refresh your knowledge. Then we talk of the pay rate. I've done videos to compare the pay rate at NHS and the pay rate at care homes. So basically, the pay rate at NHS, from the start up to your band 5, you start maybe from around £12 to £15. Whereas in care homes, the pay rate ranges from £16 to £20. You can do overtime in a care home. You can also do overtime in NHS. But the advantage of working in NHS is that night duty is paid at a different rate. Weekends are paid at a different rate. But most care homes do not do that. And then the advantage with care homes is that they are overtime. They pay you time and a half, or they pay you time and a quarter. Whether you work in NHS or you work in the care homes, you can still do agency work. And the advantage with NHS, you can do agency work within the NHS. Whereas in care homes, when you want to do agency, you can't come and work for the same home as an agent nurse. And then we look at the nurse-patient ratio. In NHS, you have so much support. The nurse-patient ratio, you can have 1 nurse to 5 residents. Yet in a care home, it's 1 nurse to 22 residents at a time. In the NHS, the healthcare assistants, they assist you with taking observations, taking temperature, pulse respirations. Whereas in a care home, you have to do all that by yourself. Like these days, because of COVID, when you're starting duty, you have to take temperatures for everyone, and you have to check for saturation levels of oxygen for everyone before you even commence your drug round. And in some homes, you discover that it will just be you, 1 nurse and 22 residents and 1 carer. You have to do your observations, give medication. After giving your medication, you have to assist the carer to put the residents into bed. So the job is too much for the nurse, if you ask me. In the NHS, sick leave, you get paid when you are sick. If you go for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months off sick, you get your full pay. Whereas in the care homes, if you go off sick, 1 week off sick, you get statutory pay, which is about £96 per week. In the NHS, every month, if you've got a car, you have to spend about £78 to £80 for parking. Whereas in care homes, you do not pay for parking. So the major difference between NHS and care homes is that care homes pay more than the NHS, but NHS has got many advantages compared to care homes. When it comes to NHS, people in the NHS, they've got so many advantages. They get discounts on cars, discounts when buying houses, discounts on phones, discounts on whether it's gym membership, whether it's restaurants. They've got so many discounts. Yet in the care homes, you don't have that number that you're going to produce at Starbucks to say I've got a discount for coffee, or at the gym to say I've got a discount for gym membership. Based on those things that I've just mentioned, guys, you can make a decision whether to go to NHS or to go to care homes. But if you choose to go to care homes, you really have to be jacked up, because sometimes you'll be faced with situations and you as the nurse, you've got no one to ask, you've got no one to help you. I've had an incident where I had 3 emergencies at once, and all the 3 people requiring oxygen and the other one requiring resuscitation. So if you're not able to think fast, you will have a tough time. Whereas in the NHS, if there is a problem, if there is an emergency, you always have people to back you up. Yes, you have your own patients to look after, just 5 patients. But if there's a problem, you've got an in charge, the ward is full of nurses. So whenever there's a problem, you've got backup, you've got people to come and help you. And then in care homes, people usually say there is backstabbing of each other, there is fighting, and there are people who are determined to make you lose your pin, determined to make you lose your job at all costs. Whereas people who work in the NHS say they do not experience that. Your pin is more safe when you are in the NHS. Last but not least, let's talk about where to stay in UK. How do you choose a place to stay in UK? What I did is, before I came here, I went on Google search. I searched all the areas. You see, so the first thing that you need to look at is transport connections. If I'm going to work, what mode of transport am I going to use? Is transport easily accessible? Because I'm sure you saw in my last video that where I was traveling, it was the bush left and right. And obviously the transport system in such an area is very bad. So you have to look at the transport system. How am I going to be getting to work? Do I need to use a train? Do I need to use a bus? And is it easily accessible? Then you check the area if it has useful amenities. Do you have schools nearby, shops, restaurants within that area? Because you don't want an area. There is one of the places where I work where there is, in the surrounding area, there is no accommodation, there is no transport, there is no network, there are no schools nearby. And if you've got kids and you go to such an area, which means you struggle to get your school for your children, you struggle to get a job for your husband, you struggle to get transport from point A to point B. So it's important that you look at the useful amenities surrounding the area. And when you're looking at the area, you look at the schools where you're going to take your children. Is the area reputable? Does it have good schools? Are my children going to be accepted in those schools? Is there racism? Is there bullying? Because there are certain schools which are known for racism. There are certain schools which are known for bullying. So it's important that you look at all those things before you move to an area. You know, I looked at things like crime rate, because you don't want to raise your kids in an area where there's too much crime, there's too much use of drugs, alcohol abuse. If you read the newspaper, almost every week in London, there is a teenager who is being murdered or being knifed by groups and things like that. So you have to look at all those things before you relocate, for the safety of your children and your own safety. Last but not least, you also have to look at the cost of living within that area. How much is the rent? How much is fuel? How much is food and all that? So I have 4 slides for the 4 areas: England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, so that you compare that when you're making a decision. Which one would you best choose? I'll also talk of the council tax in the slide. I am comparing rentals for a 3-bedroom terraced house in the largest cities of Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland and England. So in Belfast, a 3-bedroom terraced house is £475 per month, whereas in Wales, Barry, it's going for £850 per month. In Scotland, Livingstone, a 3-bedroom terrace house is £550 per month, And in London, as usual, the price is higher, £1,695 per month. And then there is council tax. People pay for council tax in England, Scotland and Wales, but in Northern Ireland they don't. So when I checked, there are different bands from band A to band H, and as you can see there, if you are staying in an area where it's a band H, you pay up to £2,391 per year on council tax. So it ranges from round about 800 and something to £2,300 there. And then another thing, there is also the bills for water. On average, the water cost is £396 per year, and it can be more than that. But in Northern Ireland, we do not pay any bills for water. So when we bath, we don't even bath, we swim because water is free. That's why we are glowing. Anyway, so as you can see, you can compare all those areas. Which area do you think is the best to live? In my opinion, because I chose Northern Ireland is the best because there is no council tax, there is no water bills, so you save a lot on those. There are many advantages as well, which I'll discuss when I do a video on that. I'm going to announce the winner of the prize, and the answers that I was looking for were: my favorite color that I like wearing most is black. I love black. I don't know why I love black, but I love black. And the word that I use in most of my videos, or in all of my videos, is let's get into it. And my favorite video it's your favorite video which was required, but my favorite video was the one for the best pay rate and the best job offer, as I even stated at the end of the video. This one was exciting to me, of course.
Hello guys, I've got a bowl with names here. And I'm going to be announcing the winner. First, I'm going to shuffle all of these. And
Shuffle some more.
And now I'm going to close my eyes so I don't cheat, and I'll pick a name now. And the winner is...
See? Turn it aside.
And the winner is...
Ntombi Senube.
Obieze. Kindly like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Make sure to share, and I'm leaving now. Bye.